welcome everyone to Rejoice Christian TV. I wanted to share with you that we're going to continue this week with Show Me Your Harvest and how you can guarantee your positive returns. And today we talked about Genesis, that was the text, was Genesis 8:22. And today I also want to define what a seed really is. You know, a lot of times, you hear so much about money. But there are other things that a seed represents, that a seed germinates into. So a seed is anything valuable that you give up to help others. It could be money, it could be time, it could be resources, it could be skill, your talents,
encouragement,
your gifts, your encouragement, kind words, an encouraging smile, even a smile, even a hug. I've seen people who've never had a hug before in their lifetime. And also we defined a seed must be given away before it is of any good. And today you talked about 4 parts of what this seed could do. It says, sow your life as a seed, sow with a view of righteousness, and also plant positive seeds and plant quality seeds. And today, what would you like to share with the audience that would be out of all this 4? I've given you the 4. So what would be your piggyback to as to how the 4 points you shared with us today?
Well, they're all very valuable. Is there a particular one you want to
Well, we could talk about plant positive seeds.
Okay.
And in planting positive seeds, so that means there's negative seeds.
Absolutely. The story of Jacob, Jacob and Esau. Bible says Esau said to Jacob, I said, Jacob, you are a supplanter. You supplanted me twice. You took my birthright and you took my blessing. And so that was how Jacob started his life, by deceiving and scheming and strategy to take the place of another. That's what supplanting means. So guess what? Of all the people he could come up with and come into his life, it was Laban. So what happens is that when you sow the wrong seed, somehow there's a law of attraction, and you start attracting the wrong people into your life. And so that's what happened. Jacob, of all people he could have landed with, it was a master scheme. Laban deceived him. Gave him a wrong woman as a wife. Secondly, changed his wages 10 times. And it didn't stop there. Jacob's children also deceived their dad.
Oh, that's
true. In Genesis 34, when you were dealing with the people, Shechem. So they deceived their dad. Then secondly, they also had a deception when they said, oh, your son Joseph is dead.
Okay.
And for 13 years, Jacob had to live with that thought, oh, my son is dead. So it was set into motion, all kinds of deception around him. And so that's why it's important to know that we want to make sure we're planting positive seeds so that we don't set those things in motion where we are having returns that we're not excited about.
Whatever you do for someone will do back onto you.
They did it for Jacob.
I think it's always a seed. And I like the fact you said it was 10 times his wages were, and then he had to do 14 years of labor for the same thing he wanted. And that's kind of so strange, because it said this man deceived me and kept me out of order. And also another one I also would like is you sow with a view of righteousness. That is a big word. Sow with a view of righteousness. How do we sow with a view of righteousness?
Think about it. We have right standing with God. That's wonderful. So we must have fruits of righteousness based on our platform of righteousness that we have with God. When we begin to pray, when we begin to long and study and long for God's blessings, that's sowing. That's in Hosea chapter 10 verse 12. Exactly. It says, sow in righteousness, and then you will reap. And then you talk about harvest, you're going to reap. You're going to reap mercy. You're going to reap God's loving kindness in your life. So that's why when you see mothers praying for their children, it's because they are sowing in righteousness. The child might be wayward, But you got a praying mother, praying and praying.
So don't stop praying.
Oh!
Keep praying.
And then next thing you see, the son or daughter turns around and it begins to serve God.
Hallelujah.
And that, my friend, that's the fruits of righteousness. That the mother can say, oh, thank God, I've sown on the seed. I'm enjoying the fruits of righteousness.
So most of our sowing should be thinking about the future. Because most people do things in the now, but they forget about the future. Look at Jacob, he forgot about the future. Abraham did not forget about his future. He did everything so that, so anything we do now is also a seed. Oh. Because our lifetime is a seed sowing period. So as long as we understand that the future comes or things will come back to us, our sowing time will be in view of, is this a righteous seed I'm planting?
And that was why Jesus Christ in John chapter 12:24, he said, I'm giving my life as a seed.
Hallelujah.
He said, except the seed falls down and dies, he said it remains alone. So, but when it is planted, it yields more. And that's why he gave his life as a seed, so that now we have many, many sons. Amen. Many sons of God.
So also Abraham. Well, so we thank God for what God has shared with us, what you've been able to share with us. So what is a seed? Remember, even a smile at someone could brighten their day. Even a hug, even an encouraging word. That's a lot of us spend time on Facebook. Encourage others rather than bringing things that will bring people down. We want to tell you, your harvest is guaranteed.
Amen.
Just make sure you're sowing the right seeds. Make sure you're sowing positive seeds. Make sure you are sowing in view of righteousness, and sow your life as a seed. And the Lord bless you. Look forward to seeing you again.